Welcome, everybody. My name is Kurt Roskoff, and I am here with the world's most marketed and marketable character, Santa. We have Santa Papa John here. This is the Santa's VIP panel and networking with Santa. This is a live stream that we do twice a month. We do it the first and third. We do it the first and third Monday of every month. So right now, this is the August 4th edition of Networking with Santa and Santa's VIP panel discussion. Santa, how are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful, Kurt, and I hope everybody out in the YouTube world is having a wonderful day. And if you got messages or you got questions, don't hesitate to send us a message or send me a question. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Yes, Kurt, you said it in the introduction part of it. We do this the first and third Monday. And yes, it's been growing and we're getting some people watching, and that's kind of cool. And we're going to have a little bit of fun today because it's just going to be me and you for a little bit, I think. Maybe someone will join us, maybe someone won't. But that's okay because we got lots of questions for one another because Santa's got lots of new things to discuss and share information about that he's really excited about. There's a lot of things going on. And the reality of it is we are down to 142, I believe is the magic number. 142 days till Christmas. We are in August, August the 4th already. So we are less than 5 months till Christmas. And like I say to the kids on TikTok, it's going to go by quick. There's lots of Christmas presents to be made. There's lots of decorations to be built and hung. So, yes, lots of activity, and we don't need Christmas to come any sooner than that because it's going to go flying by as quick as we can have it.
Excellent, excellent. So how did Christmas in July go? Any notable headlines from Christmas in July?
Not really a lot. I did a one or two events. I did one out at a big campground, so it was a lot of fun. There was lots of kids, and it was a lot of fun activities. So it was kind of interesting, and it was a little warm. Yes, Santa's not liking a lot of hot weather these days. And of course, I sent some videos out for some families. So never a shortage of that because Santa's come up with many different video ideas to promote happiness to families that will create that wonderful memory of family time and mommy, daddy, play it again, and different ways to make smiles on family members and all families. So lots of different things going on, Kurt.
Excellent, excellent. So, as far as Christmas in July, we have a friend here at the, Santa podcast here with Marianne Waikiki, and Acts of Kindness book series. Can you share a little bit of how you know Marianne, what you're doing with Marianne, and what you know about what she did with Christmas
Well,
in July?
Marianne, I believe it was through you, Kurt, and all your wonderful networking channels that you do. But Marianne is a young lady from Hawaii that has come up with some very interesting books about saving the planet, saving the ocean, because we all know there's a whole bunch of junk in the ocean that needs to be cleaned up. And she's created some wonderful books and some wonderful puppets to go along with those books for the children to interact with. And a few of the books even have the sign language letters of the whole alphabet. So the children can learn as they're reading the books about different characters and different acts and things that are happening to clean up the ocean and clean up our land, but they can also learn sign language, which is, for a lot of people is very important because if you think of our veterans, and I think Marianne said this one time, if you think of our veterans coming back from, a mission or a deployment, and they were around a lot of maybe a big guns or something that were happening, and they don't quite have the hearing ability that they had when before they left. Well, they need to learn how to do sign language to keep the communication open. So Marianne's done a very good job of promoting her Acts of Kindness series, and you can order the books on Amazon. And she's got a YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram. Am I missing any? I think that's it. I think she's on LinkedIn, but I'm not sure she promotes a lot on LinkedIn. But she has a lot of her videos, and she even has a couple singers that sing songs that were specially made for her books and her videos. So that's very cool.
Yep, sure is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share her website here, Acts of Kindness series. So yeah, that triples up the S's there in the middle. Acts of Kindness
Absolutely, it does.
series.com. And then she's such a big supporter of you, Santa, and you guys are working together. You help her promote her finger puppets and her books and then she gives you the bigger puppets. So not only the finger puppets, but the hand
Right?
puppets and everything. But here you go, the Santa Papa John page. Look at this. So that's where she's made it a part of her program to do Christmas in July. So she did a little bit of a book giveaway, a
Right?
digital book giveaway on July 25th. Up there's me there, and we got Leon McLaughlin with the Clean Water Foundation. So clean water is a part of our mission. World of Ability podcast. You're seeing my wife Sue on there and our podcast assistant Emily. So that's noon Pacific time, uh, 12 12 Pacific time or well, that's not even the correct time. We'll have to talk to her about that. It's really 11. It is available at noon Pacific time. So I think she's looking at it that people out in the public learning about it can do well coming in the middle of it. But we really
Yeah,
do it
because it's,
11 to 1 Pacific time,
I was
or
going to
1 to 3
say,
Central.
yeah, she's got the time a little bit offset there.
Yeah, but it's still a good guide because if people come on at that time,
Yeah,
they'll still catch the show. They
right.
just have the half of it would have gone by the time we get to that time. So, but yeah, we have our web detective here, Trevor Gibbs. And so with the World of Ability, it's a big attraction because Trevor helps people have their websites ADA compliant, following the website accessibility guidelines, and then contacting there. So there you go. That's Marianne's website. And then I can also share santapapajohn.com. um, I had that one up here, but then I clicked it off. Let me bring it back up here. SantaPapaJohn.com. Let's just go ahead and cover that quick to make sure that anybody out there that does not have full familiarity with SantaPapaJohn.com, look at all the stuff that Santa is busy doing. So
Lots
let's
of things going on.
yes, look at all these services being Santa approved, custom stories. We're hearing about your in-person visits with Christmas in July, birthday service. Imagine that, getting a happy birthday greeting from Santa, a check-in service. Now, let us all know, what is the check-in service?
Well, sometimes the kids need a little bit of extra encouragement, and it doesn't seem to be working from mom and dad. So I can make a quick little video to encourage the kids to, maybe behave a little bit more, maybe act a little bit more responsible. It's like a 1 minute video that, you know, to help the kids maybe get back in line, and maybe a word of encouragement from the big guy will help the children get back on the right path. And as you can see, the prices are very reliable and very reasonable. And it's something quick, but uh, it's sometimes, when you're walking through the store curtain, you hear some kids squawking. And, I wear these amazing shirts that my wife makes for me. And, there's no disguising who I am. So, it's been here for a long time. And, I have the look going on, and I can be walking through the store, and I don't have just the children pointing at me going, is it? Is it? I have, adults pointing at me too. But, there's been a time or two where, I've walked through the store, and all of a sudden I hear some kids squawking and misbehaving a little bit. And all of a sudden I walk around the corner and I go, hey, are you supposed to be squawking back like that to mom and dad? And it's amazing how their reaction and their look on their faces, like, well, what is Santa doing here? Why is he here? And I don't want to be put on the naughty list. And you have a few words with them, and you have a little bit of conversation with them, and suddenly it changes their attitude quite a lot a bit, and it brings out the giggles and the smiles in the children and in the parents as well. So that's what a Santa check-in video is all about. And it's just a short little video to perk up some smiles and bring some attention to maybe the children just needed a little perk me up.
Fantastic. Sounds like that's very worthwhile. And you got a messaging service on here, so we'd have to guess a little bit. But what is that? What is your messaging?
Well, I thought I would try something different, and it would be a little text service, text message to mom and dad's phone, and a couple times a week with a video once a month, just to keep the kids in line and keep going. And it's an interesting little concept that through the power of networking, Kurt, and we all know the power of networking. I've come up with some great ideas thanks to the power of networking, because people start talking to you and start realizing what you do and what you don't do and how you do it. And all of a sudden they come up with different ideas and different concepts, and they present ideas to you. One of my big ones right now is a custom created story that is it further down on the services? It should be. I do a custom created story where I read a story to your family, and I actually say your children's name in the story, which is pretty incredible because, you know, then you'll get that wonderful memory or that wonderful reaction of mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy. Play it again because Santa said my name. And we all know the reaction of children when Santa says their names. So that's generating quite a bit of interest.
So when you're showing, the capability to do it for like 1 to 5 children video, is that so that's for 1 to 5 children and each child gets a separate video. So when you
No, no, it's one video with 5 names being said in the video.
or it's 6 videos with 10 children
No,
named.
no, 6 to 10 children.
Okay.
The names, because I'm saying their names and maybe their favorite stuffed animal. So it's going to take a little bit of extra work and a little bit of extra time. So there's a little bit of a price increase. And then same with 11 to 15 children in that video. So that once you start getting, 10 children's names being said in a video, that's a lot of names to be saying in a video when the video is, 10 to 12 minutes long and still try to include a story. So, you know, It hasn't happened yet, but I had to come up with some different ideas to create the what if, what happens when the scenario. So I just come up with a little bit of a price increase so that I can include all the children's names that are possibly being said.
Yeah, so I can see someone like yourself being a great grandfather that you can kind of say, oh, if you have all these great grandchildren out there, if you have over 21 great grandchildren, you can take care of them all, at a very
Yeah,
decent price. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And it's all about creating the wonderful memories, you know, cherished memories, personalized, you know. It's
And I picture for like a class, if there's like a kindergarten class or whatever, somebody could have that happening in a classroom. And
It could be, yeah, that would be an interesting concept. Hadn't thought about it from that perspective, but yeah, from a teacher's perspective, what a great way to create a wonderful memory for the classroom.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So let's see what else we missed here. I saw something for a realtor. What is going on with your
Well,
realtor concept?
you know, I can do a custom created thank you to a person that bought a home or sold a home from a realtor's perspective. And I could include, like, if they're moving into the area from another part of the country or another part of the state, I could help the realtor by saying thank you and saying, hey, by the way, Central Park is one of the best parks in town, and it can do this, it can do that. And, just make it personalized as a thank you from the realtor's perspective.
All right. And then so I
What
think
what I'm doing, Kurt, is putting the personal service back in service.
yeah, that is great. And then you've got this neat concept over here, Beacon of Hope. So I'll click on that and it takes us to the Warriors
Ho,
Beacon of
ho, ho,
Hope.
ho. Hello, my friends. Santa Papa John here with a message straight from the heart. Our veterans are true heroes, but too far many of them face challenges that no one should face alone. That's why I've created the Warriors Beacon of Hope. It's a website designed to connect veterans with the support they deserve, whether it's healthcare, housing, employment, or simply finding someone who understands what they're going through. I'm building a list of resources, services, and network meetings to ensure no veteran feels left behind. And here's the best part. You can help. Visit the Warriors Beacon of Hope to learn how you can make a difference. Do you know of an organization helping veterans? Add them to our list. Every connection we make helps light the ways for those who sacrifice the most. With your help, the Warriors Beacon of Hope will grow.
There you go. So anything
You
about
know, Kurt, again, the power of networking. And I was on TikTok, and how the story started was I was on TikTok before Christmas, and I had a young soldier reach out to me. He said, Santa, he said, I need you to make a video for me. And I said, no problem. What's going on? So I had a nice little conversation with him. But I told him, or he said to me, he said, I can't tell my parents I love them. And I went, oh, you got my attention. What's going on? Well, I've done 4 tours, and I've seen some things that I can't really talk about, but it sort of messed up my brain cells. And I want my parents and my brother and my sister to acknowledge that I'm still part of the family. I'm just, trying my best to participate, but there's days where my brain cells just won't allow me to say some of the words that I want to. So can you make me a video to say, I'm still proud to be your son and daughter, or son, and your brother and sister, and I do love you, but I can't say the words. So I said to him, I said, when was the last time you seen a psych? And he says, well, I'm on the waiting list. And as the time has gone by, I've heard that more and more from different veterans and soldiers, and you know, we're part of the biggest country in the world, and we're the biggest and the best and the of everything. But unfortunately, some of our veterans don't get the treatment that they so rightfully deserve in a timely manner. I'm not saying the VA is bad. I'm just saying that they can be a little bit overwhelmed at times, and they lack some resources in some places and sometimes. So I come up with an idea to create a nationwide list of services to help our veterans just find alternative choices for services. And then someone said, well, I can't find any meetings. I said, well, let's put together a list of some meetings. So, there's a veterans calendar of different meetings. And, I've done quite a few different searches on meetings and stuff like that. And I can't seem to find. So that means you got to be a member of the club, the organization, part of the gang, part of the group that knows when different organizations have meetings. So I'm starting to compile some different lists of different meetings that are happening. And then one lady said, my husband's a veteran, but my kid's getting ready to go to school, college, and I can't find any list for scholarships specifically for a veteran's perspective. So I said, that's interesting. So as it turned out, a month later, she gave me a list of scholarships from different groups that are affiliated for veterans. So this is a list of scholarships that are available for children and grandchildren of veterans. So, I'm trying to make this an all around portal for information for our veterans to find information that they're looking for. It's growing slowly, but that's okay. There's the old proverbial, a little bit here and a little bit there. Um, there's no race to get the different things
Here
done.
with a message straight from the heart. Our veterans.
There you go. So, why don't we go into Inspire World? Why don't you share a little bit of the big news that recently became a spokesperson of Inspire World? What all happened there, and what are you intending to do? Why is Santa involved with Inspire World?
Well, the cool thing is about this is they came to me. I didn't go to them, which I find very interesting, which means my branding, my networking, through people like you and other people, they came to me with an offer and an idea that said they're looking for another nationwide, worldwide sponsorship for this amazing uh, fundraising website that people are developing to help nonprofits, schools, churches, anybody that does the fundraising program to help generate a wonderful way to promote fundraising abilities for nonprofits and schools and churches and clubs and teams, because everybody is always starving for fundraising dollars. And I still don't know a lot about it, but each time I meet with some people, the doors are open. The people are very generous. They're very knowledgeable, and they've created a wonderful way to help different organizations and different clubs and different groups fundraise by doing some of the stuff that they're naturally doing. But Inspire World is going to take all the headaches and the hassles away from them and give them a set amount of different values of money from a certain activity for fundraising, which a lot of groups and organizations don't have time, don't have the ability, don't have the resources to put together a quality fundraising website. And Inspire World will set up a whole website for each place, each group, and then they get to pick and choose the items that they want to sell and promote. which is very cool. And I believe they're, you know, well over 5,000 different um, ideas, articles that they can, from t-shirts to cups, like you're showing it now. You can do the customization to put your logo on the products so that when you sell, they're doing it on your behalf, and they look after shipping and handling and manufacturing, and you just promote your site. Which the other cool part about it is you become part of a worldwide family, so other people can check your site out and say, hey, I love what these guys are doing. I love the items and they're promoting. I'm going to buy them and tell my friends about it. And you'll get people buying products from your website on the Inspire World site that you don't know about. So it takes the fundraising from a local or even a statewide position to now a worldwide position, that they're going to promote your site on a nationwide or a worldwide site. And how much more is that going to open the door to fundraising abilities for your organization, for your team, for your club? It's pretty amazing how a simple idea of a nationwide promoting could really help and benefit your organization, your team, your club. So I'm pretty excited to be picked to help promote this wonderful organization. And there's, I believe, two or three gentlemen that have been in the business world for many, many years and have ran successful uh, businesses of their own, and now they retired and they wanted to give back. And this is a way that they are helping to bring back to the nonprofit organizational part of the world that we all love and know that there are many of them, and many of them are struggling to create fundraising dollars. So, pretty excited to see where this is going to go.
Yeah, yeah. And
Did
we
I
all
explain that very good from what you've picked up on your ability and your conversations?
yeah, yeah, you covered it pretty comprehensively entirely. So yeah, and I was showing the website, so
Yeah.
Inspire.world has it all right there. So yeah, great lead into it all. And then I also want to give a shout out to our friend Zach Clayton at Community Pay It Forward. So I'm going to hop on and share his website too, communitypayitforward.us. But fill us in on the business you have with Zach. Zach, we initially met years back on Happy Neighborhood Project, and but we continue with him. He's got his own networking group now, Family Networking, and tell us about your background with Zach Clayton and this program.
Well, once again, I believe I met him through, I'm not sure if I met him through you or another one, but Zach is a wonderful, hardworking, very hardworking young man that has come up with a wonderful concept to the Community Pay It Forward program to help not only veterans, but nonprofits in his area create some fundraising dollars. And he's come up with some very unique ideas. And it's simple. You go to a store that participates, you send in the receipt, and they give a little kickback on the value of that receipt, that you're spending the money at the store anyway to go to one of your favorite organizations. And it's I've worked with him up for a few times, and he's done some very interesting programs to promote fundraising for veterans. and for fundraising for local community events, and he's got wonderful different things going on. But it's simple, folks. You go to a store and you buy and you turn in the receipt. He does all the hard work. He does all the lifting. He does all the back work to generate the money that you have spent to create money for organizations and veteran organizations to help them raise some fundraising dollars. Did I miss anything, Kurt?
No, no, that's good. And so I'm just showing the site here.
Yeah.
I was showing more of how people become a partner, and you can nominate someone in need and all the things. You can join his podcast. He's doing like we're doing now, does podcasting. He does an excellent job with all of his productions. He's got Community Dare to Care Cub Club. Look at that, Community Dare to Care. And
Say that quick 3 times.
yeah, right. So yeah, you join the
Yeah.
mailing list, and so yeah, so basically you shop with the partners
And
and
if you notice back down, you scroll too quick, he is Santa approved. So, if you want to become Santa approved, we didn't talk about that very much when we were looking at my website. You missed that one, but it's a wonderful little initiative to, you know, show different organization and groups that, Santa approves what they're doing. And if they meet the certain criteria, which Zach has done gracefully and very proudly, to, show some positivity in the world, and you can create be Santa approved. So that's one of my wonderful little programs that is growing slowly and positively. And the marketing people seem to love that because, like they say, who doesn't want to be involved with Santa?
that's right. I'm here because I want to hang with you and work on getting off of your naughty list. We'll see if there's any future in that for me.
uh, you know, your wife's on the good list already, and you're working hard to get off that naughty list, but you keep digging yourself back in every now and then to, show some of the naughty side that you tend to enjoy too much.
That's right. I'm always tempted, succumbing to temptation. What can I say? Um,
Absolutely.
so you and I were on a networking group earlier called All Stars and Stripes Heroes Connection. Um, Tell our audience, what is that all about and why are you partaking in such a group?
Well, again, it's a wonderful group put together by a young lady who is not a veteran, but she's got a couple boys that are serving, and she ended up losing one of them through a mission. I'll just say it like that. And she wants to give back. And she's created a Stars and Stripes program that she calls it, where she raises some money to help parents understand. Let's see if I can word this correctly, Kurt. Just give them some moral support on realizing that the parents are not the only ones that suffer, and there's a group that support other parents who have gone through the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a wonderful little group that is growing slowly as well. But the stories that are being told, the marketing that's being done, she she's doing a wonderful job of promoting ideas to help other parents understand that there is a support system out there for parents of veterans that have lost the battle, or for whatever reason that they didn't come home.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, very nice stuff. I enjoy being part of the group. And another group that we participate in is the posting party with Kathy Weaver. That is our, Monday mornings. What's the idea of a posting party and how does that help the work of Santa?
Well, Santa is not the smartest character when it comes to learning new platforms. And, Miss Kathy does a wonderful job of teaching and showing uh, the LinkedIn platform. And, my, what's the word I'm looking for? My page has grown about 10 times as big as it was when I first met her because she shows you, like she says all the time, I show the free stuff so you can learn it. And we all like to learn new things, especially when they're free. And, Kathy's been doing this for many years and she can not necessarily teach is not the right word, but she can explain in Kurt's terminology how to understand new things about LinkedIn and even a little bit on YouTube. Because the more we learn, the better off our pages are going to be, the more people are going to see it, the more people are going to understand what we're doing, and it's going to grow our pages, it's going to grow the platform, and we're going to be better understood because we're better able to explain in the Kurt terminology of small words are better so that people understand how to use LinkedIn better.
Yep, that's exactly right. So yeah, we enjoy every Monday with Kathy Weaver in the group. We get pretty decent attendance, a lot of sharing, a lot of introductions, a lot of networking even through the posting party. So Santa, we just got a couple minutes here. So I guess I want to give you the segue to say, just give a little explainer of, we mentioned the Happy Neighborhood Project, but didn't really explain it. Just quickly explain the Happy Neighborhood Project and then wrap up today's session. We're at the
Oh,
end here.
this has been absolutely wonderful. You've made me think of a few big words and a few small words too. Hey, Happy Neighborhood Project, if you haven't heard of it, it's a wonderful platform that has many, 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 many different Zoom type meetings and different times of the day and week. And I usually participate every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock Central, where there's a small group of networking diehard people that love to get together and share some stories and share some networking. And we do a lot of giggling, we do a lot of laughing, and we have a lot of fun. But most importantly, about this platform and all our networking platform, Kurt, you said it earlier on, we are building up some amazing friendships. We are building up some amazing connections that we will be proud to tell people about different people in different organizations that help other people create network opportunities. And that's the key word there, people, is the opportunity to spread other people's names because other people might have the need for your services. And the power is in who's behind Kurt that can help me or help you move your business to the next level.
There you go. So again, what's your last word for today's session and anything else in good
Well,
closing
folks,
business for the network?
you missed a great opportunity today, but that's okay. If you're watching it, you're learning a little bit about me and the power of networking with over 100,000 followers on social media. I have a reach that goes around the world, folks. Australia, UK are two of my hot spots right now. But that doesn't mean I won't talk to you if you're even from, some little place in Canada or some little part of the USA, because networking is a worldwide ability to share a connection and a friendship. So you can reach me at santapapajohn.com, and I'd love to have a conversation with you to find out what your story is and what your favorite part about networking and your passion for your business. So let's have a communication. Reach out. Talk to you soon. This has been awesome. What a great day. Thanks, folks. What about you, Kurt? Throw your 2 cents in.
Yeah, I look forward to the next session here on August 18th. We do it, live at 5 Central with Santa, and we get on here on Zoom. If you want to join the session spontaneously, the meeting ID is through Spirit of the Game. We thank the Spirit of the Game Foundation for sponsoring this capacity and giving us the technology to do what we're doing right now. The meeting ID to join us on Zoom is 404 058 6152. Again, 5 o'clock p.m. Central every Monday. We look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Kurt
Not
Ross.
every Monday, first and third Monday of the month.
What did I say?
You said every Monday.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So first and third Monday. Sorry about that, folks. Thanks, Santa, for correcting me. That's why I'm on the naughty list. I'm just
Yeah,
always people
hey,
off.
it was a slip. It was a slip. You had a lot on the brain cells. And when you've got 3 brain cells, two of them tend to get a little busy, and all of a sudden the third one wants to throw in some things that shouldn't be thrown in. But that's okay. We understand, because this is how we not network with one another, folks. It's not all business, it's friendship, and it's creating the power of the conversation.